Hello, all you hardcores out there. How are you doing? It's Russ here from Porkys Corner, the biggest gob in sport. I say the things on here that nobody else dare say. People want to say what I say, and after a few months, they get disarmed, don't they? And they cross over the street and lose their arseholes. Well, we don't lose our arseholes here at Porkys Corner. Unlike other YouTubers that start out with good intentions. But hey ho! Right. Porky's Corner end of year awards. This is where I give a few awards out and I try and be nice and be positive in a sport full of vagabonds, charlatans, and basically wrong-uns. Absolute wrong-uns. So here we go. Boxer at year, you'd have to give it to Usyk, wouldn't you, really? He's just, he's just unbelievable, isn't he? This is who he's ran through hard at Brits since he took the headgear off. Joe Joyce, Chisora, Bellew, Dubois, Joshua twice, and Fury twice. And nobody wants to give him his flowers, do they? We've got a man here, 350 fights as an amateur, 335 wins, 15 losses. Of them 15, he rematched 11. He couldn't get to the other four. One of them was Sean Porter. Couldn't get to him because of weight differences and this and that. But cruiserweight undisputed, heavyweight undisputed, with 10 wins over world champions, former, current, and future. 5 of them undefeated. That's on the way. That's in 23 fights. Joshua and Fury, they've got 10 wins over champions. A lot of them regular champions, though, like Pulevs and Povetkins, people like that. But theirs took 69 fights, Joshua and Fury. So if they're doing the business in 69 fights with 10 wins over champions, Usyk's done it in 23 fights. What does that tell you? It tells you that Usyk, with being an Olympic gold medalist, was already ready to rock and roll. Fury was screaming he should have got Olympics, and Joshua did go to Olympics and got a gold. Still fighting dossers. Look at the CV between them. If they've got 10 wins over champions at 69 fights and Usyk's done that in 23 fights, what does that tell you? Tells you they just want to be known as boxers and fight anybody that's not an hard fight. We've not seen Fury in an hard fight since his second Wilder fight. When did we last see Joshua in an hard fight? Eh? When? When were he last put in a fight and we were all saying, oof, God, could struggle here? Well, it were the Usyk fights, wasn't it? Because it wasn't the Ruiz fights. He was there to lose, wasn't he? Brought him in as a big fat man overweight. Still flogged him, and it was even bigger for the second one, for rematch, but it is what it is, isn't it? Look, Usyk's the best fighter in world boxing at the moment. He's doing it against giants in size. They've got half a foot on him in reach, half a foot on him in height, and 3 and 4 stone in weight. Crawford and I know you are not doing the same thing, are they? And Javonte Davis, they're just moving up gradually through the smaller weights. They're not tackling monsters, are they? Like Usyk, who was an Olympic heavyweight gold, but Joshua was the super heavyweight gold. He'd done him twice, so Usyk's the best fighter of 2024 for me, and he's the pound for pound #1 guy in the world, undefeated. Like I said, he's just taking people to the cleaners. Best promoter at the moment, well, could we say Turkey Al Sheikh's a promoter? I'm not sure if he's got a license. If it ain't him, you'd have to say it's a coin toss, wouldn't you, between Top Rank, the Bob Father, and Queensbury Promotions, Bricktop. You'd have to say it's a coin toss between them for either side at Pond, wouldn't you? All right, the rest of them are also Rans. Manager of the year, you have to say Usyk's manager is Alex Krakiev. You have to say him, wouldn't you, for how he's guided that guy. Done fantastic. Media outlet of the year, I'd say Hatman Strikes Back or Big Brian on the Pain Game. Is it One True Geordie, or I think it's called the Pain Game. I'm not sure if it's called One True Geordie, but I know the YouTube channel's called the Pain Game. And Hatman Strikes Back, I like him as well. So I think he tells it straight. I think it's between them two for media outlet of the year, if you, as regards YouTube. TV station of the year, I always go with Sky Sports because that's a behemoth. It's just a pity that they've got a young snivelling promoter in there that's not really ready for it. He'd only done a handful of shows before he got that gig. How he got that gig, I don't know. Uh, I don't know, but I think he's out his depth. He knows that. I think them around him know that. But let's give him a bit more time. Let's see if he can turn it around. But all them people that are saying he can do the business, this and that, them people that are around him, like Horsecock and all the rest of them, that are trying to give him advice. Look, when the push comes to the push, they'll kick him into touch to save their necks. That's just boxing, I'm afraid, boys and girls. Pundit of the year, I'm going to go with what everybody's saying in the game, Duke McKenzie. He is the pundit of the year. He tells it straight. He doesn't take no prisoners. I like him. He's the man, Duke McKenzie. All right. Commentator of the year, I'd say Shane McGuigan. I like to see these up and coming trainers have a go bit on the counter commentating, and I've seen him on that Talksport one, and everything he said that come true with Joshua came true in the Debar fight, and he's done it on a few fights now, Shane McGuigan. So I think he's got a big future as a trainer and as a commentator. He could be the next Manny Stewart. Liar of the year, absolute bullshitter of the year, waffler. Can only be one man, that can't it? John Fury, for all his lies. 100-0 on the hard road. Nobody's ever seen him have a bare knuckle fight. Fought the Irish champion from 1992. We fought him a year later for 100 grand in Manchester. Who were it? Who was this guy? You can't remember his name. You fought him for 100 grand. Liar of the year. And they just jump out in his mouth, and it spreads to his sons as well like a cancer. They can't help themselves. Trainer of the year, I'd say Joe G for what he's done with Natasha Jonas and Jack Massey, Lawrence Okoli, and that young Mikey that he's got. Good luck to Joe G. He's got a good, strong stable. And what he's done for Turkey Al Sheikh. Joe G is the number one guy that Turkey Al Sheikh turns to. He runs the Mike Tyson gym out there in Riyadh. And what he's done there is absolutely unbelievable. It's a conveyor belt job for Joe there. And I think people need to give Joe Gallagher a pat on the back. So he, for me, is the trainer of the year. He's making things happen out there in Saudi and in UK. First one in the gym, 6:30. Last one out the gym, 12:30 at night. That's a 18-hour job a day. All right, he's got no family life whatsoever. His missus must be pulling her hair out left, right, and centre, trying to get dinner with Joe and kids. But he, for me, is trainer at year. Work for his work ethic alone, not just his achievements and what he's done. He's the only guy we've had from this country to win Ring Magazine Trainer at year, and he's our most decorated trainer. So he, for me, wins it again. Best fight at year, Usyk Fury 1. Biggest fraud is a tie, Conor Benn and Mike Tyson. Conor Benn for not explaining his 2 dope tests that he's had over 2 years to do. And they were going to do something really important this year with it. And Mike Tyson for coming out saying that he was told to throw the fight and go easy on Jake Paul. But yet it was done as a professional fight and he took 20 million for it. If it were just an exhibition, you could understand that, but it's gone on his record as a professional fight. So Mike Tyson sold his soul, didn't he, for money. So he, for me, is the biggest fraud of the year, but never been a big Mike Tyson fan anyway. Convicted rapist. He was convicted battering that 70-odd-year-old couple on freeway, wasn't he? Went to prison for both. I don't want to fawn over somebody like that. Not for me. All them people that fawn over somebody like that, go and get help. Most cringiest person in boxing, the guard. Uh, Referee of the year for me, Jeff Hines, for standing up to boxing border control and putting his money where his mouth is. So fair play to Jeff Hines. Biggest letdown of the year, Simon Jordan. You started the year, you're going to get tough on this and that, blah, de blah. You've got the platform at TalkSport. When it come down to it, all you wanted to do were be friends with everybody. Oh, he's my friend, he's my friend, he's my friend. You weren't that guy that we thought you were going to be. You were supposed to be like the Simon Cowell of boxing, as regards a critic. A bit like myself. You picked a lot of one-liners from me, you and everybody else. But I'm not really bothered about that. But Judge Jordan, Simon Jordan, you are the biggest letdown of 2024 for me in the media. Like I said, you were going to do this and going to do that. You were going to do wonders. All you did was suck cucumbers. Biggest monitor lizard in boxing. It's a tie this year, Sam Jones and Dev Cheese and Onion Sandwich. It is what it is. So that's about it. Okie dokie. Thanks for liking and subscribing and leaving a comment. We've now got Max on in a two-parter. And that should bring the year to a close, I think, unless I do something tomorrow, New Year's Eve, which I will very much doubt, but I mind. Depends what mood I'm in. If anyone who wants to come and do a Zoom, I think they can come and pinch this £100, get in touch. I think the person in the lead, is it James and Kent? I don't know. We're going to see how many views they got at end of year. There's about another 30 some hours to go. We'll add it all up on 2nd, because that's when it all filters through on the 2nd of January. And we'll see who's won the £100. All right? Okie dokie. Go on. Peace out. Thanks for liking and subscribing and leaving a comment. And thanks for everybody for subscribing. We've finally managed to hit 15,000 subs. Hard work, innit? I should really push people to hit that sub button a bit more, shouldn't I? But like I say, it don't really get you paid anymore because people are still watching, aren't they? But if 60, 70,000 different accounts are watching every month, that it says on here, if only a quarter of them are pressing the subscribe button, there's not a lot I can do if people can't be bothered setting a Google account up. But if you do set up a Google account, it says you're complaining to me in emails or in texts on channel that you didn't know I'd put part 1 and part 2 out and part 3 or whatever of certain videos. Because you get your notifications straight to your phone, don't you? If you're subscribed. Saves you missing out on stuff, doesn't it? All right? I hope everybody's had a great Christmas and not ate too much Christmas turkey like some people I know. Okie dokie. One, peace out. Ooyaka.